The Chicago Sky just pulled the trigger on the most shocking trade in WNBA history, and the leaked details are absolutely brutal. They didn't just trade Angel Reese, they dumped her for pennies on the dollar to get her out of the building. While Reese was busy hunting for Meounds and manufactured drama, the Sky front office was documenting a locker room nightmare that made her toxic to the franchise. The Bayou Barbie act has officially worn thin, and Chicago decided that a clean slate was worth more than her empty stats. Is this the beginning of the end for Angel Reese? The truth behind this fire sale proves she was never in the same galaxy as Caitlin Clark. The fire sale of the self-proclaimed rebound queen. Chicago Sky just rocked the basketball world by shipping Angel Reese to the Atlanta Dream for what amounts to 2 late lottery tickets and a bench swap. For a team to trade a player holding the single-season rebounding record, this deal feels like a total financial insult. However, the reality is that the Sky management didn't lose a single second of sleep when they signed those exit papers. They no longer viewed Reese as a cornerstone of their future, but as a heavy liability that had to be removed before the entire ship sank. The message sent by Chicago is crystal clear. Individual statistics and all-star nods mean nothing compared to organizational stability. They were willing to accept a bottom-dollar return just to see Reese pack her bags and exit the building, marking the definitive end of a failed experiment in the Windy City. The statistical mirage and the myth of me rebounds. If you only look at the box score, Angel Reese appears to be a monster under the rim with a relentless streak of double-doubles. But leaks from the Sky internal office reveal a bitter reality that has long been a joke on social media, the me rebounds phenomenon. A massive portion of Reese's rebounds came from her own missed shots on high-volume, low-efficiency layups, creating stats that looked great but burned team possessions for nothing. With an abysmal field goal percentage sitting at 39%, Reese was effectively an offensive black hole that forced her teammates to work twice as hard to stay competitive. Chicago realized they couldn't build a championship roster around a player who needed 3 attempts just to put the ball in the hoop. Those numbers weren't proof of greatness, they were a mask for the inefficiency destroying the team's rhythm. The brutal contrast with the Caitlin Clark revolution. The constant comparison to Caitlin Clark was the poison that ultimately killed Reese's career in Chicago. While Reese was focused on her individual stats, Clark walked into Indiana and shattered 62 records while leading her team to the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade. Clark made everyone around her better, created space, and won games.
In contrast, Reese's tenure in Chicago coincided with a horrific team decline, dropping from 13 wins to just 10 in her second season. The Sky saw firsthand how a real star transforms the destiny of a franchise, and they realized Reese simply did not have that DNA. The difference between a player who fills a box score and a player who wins basketball games became too glaring to ignore, and Chicago management could no longer lie to themselves that Reese was the answer to the Clark challenge. The public betrayal of a team veteran. The total collapse of the Chicago locker room began when Angel Reese publicly attacked Courtney Vandersloot in front of the media. While Vandersloot was struggling to recover from a painful ACL injury, Reese went on the record saying the team could no longer rely on a player of Vandersloot's age and needed younger blood. This wasn't just an honest comment, it was a public betrayal of a veteran who had given everything to the league. This move sent shockwaves through the Sky roster, telling every player that Reese would throw them under the bus the moment they were no longer useful to her personal narrative. Real leaders protect their teammates when they are down, but Reese chose to stomp on them for her own branding, a move that permanently destroyed trust within the organization and made her trade inevitable. The fractured relationship with Camila Cardoso.
Camila Cardoso, the defensive powerhouse who was supposed to be Reese's long-term frontcourt partner, was reportedly the first person to grow tired of the drama. When your closest teammate on the floor would rather leave than share a locker room with you, it's a sign that the team culture has rotted to the core. The Sky made a strategic decision to build their entire future around Cardoso, a player who shows a willingness to learn and work within a cohesive system. They realized that keeping Reese in the building would only stunt Cardoso's growth and poison the potential of other young players. The decision to dump Reese was a cleansing move to save Cardoso from the negative influence that had ruined team harmony for 2 seasons. Chicago chose character over social media popularity, and Cardoso is finally free. The September scandal and the defining suspension. The climax of this chaos occurred in September 2025, when the Sky finally suspended Reese for conduct detrimental to the team. This decision wasn't made on a whim. It was the result of months of documentation regarding unprofessional behavior and public comments disparaging teammates in the Chicago Tribune. Claiming a back injury to skip the final games of the season while videos of her partying in Las Vegas surfaced online was the final insult to management. The suspension provided the legal and administrative pathway for the Sky to justify the upcoming trade.
They built a powerful paper trail so that no one could accuse them of acting without cause. Reese was no longer just an on-court problem. She had become a legal and PR liability that no franchise owner serious about winning could tolerate any longer. A tactical death trap for the Atlanta Dream. The Atlanta Dream might feel like they just won the lottery, but they actually just inherited a tactical nightmare. With Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones already in the front court, adding Reese, who has zero outside shooting ability, will make the paint impossibly crowded. Opposing defenses only need to pack the lane and dare Atlanta to shoot from the perimeter, a strategy that will surely paralyze their offense. Reese's 18% three-point shooting will be a spacing burden for Atlanta stars like Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, who desperately need open driving lanes to operate. The Dream just traded away future assets for a player who fundamentally does not fit the modern game spacing requirements, creating a tactical time bomb that is likely to explode within 2 seasons before Reese's rookie contract even expires.
The unsubstantiated discrimination claims at the start of the 2025 season showed a pattern where she always seeks a scapegoat outside of herself when facing failure. Atlanta must now face the same risk, a player who will blame the organization on social media the moment things don't go according to plan. The Dream's locker room, which had been stable, must now accommodate a personality that caused previous teammates to walk out. This isn't about basketball talent anymore. It's about whether an organization is willing to be a babysitter for a player. Market silence that reveals the hard truth. The fact that Chicago accepted such a low-ball offer without a bidding war from other teams exposes the open secret in the WNBA. No other team actually wanted Angel Reese. If she were truly a superstar, at least half the league would have been on the phone with offers far better than a 2027 first-round pick. The silence from other major contenders is proof that Reese's reputation as a difficult player has spread across the league. GM Jeff Pagliocca wasn't performing a brilliant negotiation. He was performing an emergency rescue operation. He took the first semi-reasonable offer that came his way just to ensure Reese was out the door before training camp started. The lack of interest from winning franchises is the most honest verdict on Angel Reese's true value in the eyes of basketball professionals. A new dawn without the shadow of drama.
With Reese gone, the Chicago Sky finally begin a clean era under the leadership of Camila Cardoso and a coaching vision no longer distracted by social media noise. They have prioritized winning games over Instagram engagement. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark continue to surge forward, proving that true success is built on hard work and team cooperation, not manufactured drama. The big question now is whether Reese can survive in Atlanta, or if she is on her way out of the WNBA when her contract ends. Without a system that coddles her, the limitations of her talent and her character flaws will be fully exposed. Chicago has chosen their path, and they aren't looking back. Now the world will see if Reese can prove her critics wrong, or if she will just be a footnote in the revolution led by her rival.